Okay, it's gonna have to do what it's gonna have to do. Hello everyone, my name is Happy Black Legends, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Yes, I've been wanting to make this video honestly, for years. I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you go to so many concerts? How do you get good seats? And how do you get good priced tickets? Like, if you've never been to a concert, watch this video. Like, this is going to be the tips and tricks, like what to expect at a show, what to pack in your bag, like the general rules and shit like that. Just a quick heads up, I live in America, I'm American, and I also live in California. So the amount of options and choices I have in terms of, like, access to going to concerts, it's a privilege, and I recognize that. So I have been very blessed to go to a lot of concerts and be able to go to a lot of events because I have access to Los Angeles, San Diego. I could go to San Francisco, that would be a bit of a trek, but I could go to San Francisco. And a lot of times people, if they announce a tour, they tend to go to, like, somewhere near me that is accessible, basically. And I know that's not the case for a lot of people, especially people in other countries. And I know that's not even the case for a lot of Americans. There are many Americans that live in states where, like, they don't go. Like, I visited my friend in New Mexico, and I even talked about this briefly, but I wanted to go to a Brat listening party so bad, and there was literally no events happening in the entire state of New Mexico, like, nowhere, and it blew my mind. And that was probably the first instance in my life where I wanted to go to something, but I couldn't because of where I was at that moment. I've never experienced that. So I'm saying that disclaimer because some of these tips and tricks I give might be, like, American-centric, you know what I mean? So you just got to deal with that. I'm rocking the Chromatica Ball Gaga shirt. My afro is out. Okay, so how do I go to so many concerts? A little bit of background about me. I've been going to concerts my entire adult life, since 2018. My very first concert was the Hannah Montana Best of Both Worlds concert, but that's not this video. 2018, I went to the Janelle Monáe Dirty Computer tour at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles, and that sort of just started this obsession and, like, love that I had towards concerts. So that's sort of a little bit of background about me. So I've been going to concerts for the past, like, 6 years now, math. And I love going to shows. And like I said, because I live in California, like, I get to go to a lot of shows. So these are just some things things I've learned over the years. Like, you know, don't make the same mistakes I've made. But number one advice I have for anyone wanting to go to a concert is, if there is an artist that you love and you know they're going to go on tour soon, what you need to do, listen to me right now, you need to go to this artist's website, not their Instagram, not their TikTok, their website, and sign up for their fan mailing list. This is also sometimes run by, like, the label, like the record company. So, like, I know for, like, Charlie XCX, it's like Atlantic Records. Or maybe I just made that up. But, like, I get so many emails from, like, Warner Music Group and Atlantic Records and blah, 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 blah. And so you sign up for their mailing list because 10 out of 10 times before they even publicly announce that they're going to be selling tickets, you will get that email. When you're on the mailing list, like, normally you get a pre-sale code. And the pre-sale tickets are the tickets you really want to buy. 9 times out of 10, they're, like, the cheapest price tickets. You'll probably get the best seats for the best price during the pre-sale. If not, this is another tip. If you're not able to get tickets, like, first time around, don't give up. Like, just keep checking on the website as the show gets closer. Ticket prices, so, like, right when they go on sale, okay, I feel like pre-sale ticket prices are, like, probably the cheapest price tickets you'll be able to get. And then when they go on sale to the general public, there's a spike because there's, like, resellers. But then, honestly, usually, like, a week or two, maybe even a month after the tickets have gone on sale, the ticket prices aren't as bad because maybe someone realized that they're not going to be able to go that night, and so it's just a genuine person trying to just sell their ticket. You know what I mean? So I feel like you can get really lucky, but you just have to constantly check Ticketmaster. And then another way to get pre-sale tickets, I know, like, Ticketmaster offers, like, a Citi card, like if you have a bank account with Citibank, I think it has to be a credit card. Also, like I want to say there's a Chase credit card you have. So there are certain bank credit cards. And then a lot of vinyl, like radio stations, sometimes vinyl stores, and sometimes the venues themselves also offer like pre-sale codes, but those are a little bit harder to come by because those are usually like event based. Like the only time I was ever able to get a pre-sale code like that was for like Mitski, and I wasn't even able to get tickets. I got the pre-sale code, but I still wasn't even able to get tickets. So like usually when you get the pre-sale, it's just such an easier experience in my, like, just based off of what I know. And there have been so many times where if I wasn't on that mailing list, there's no way I would have been able to get tickets. Like, so, for example, I got tickets to go see Lizzo back in 2019, I want to say. And at the time, the tickets went on sale. She sold out in, like, minutes. Me and my friend were unable to get tickets. We were both trying. And so we were kind of like, damn, that fucking sucks. And then I was on Lizzo's mailing list. And Lizzo ended up adding a third show in LA. And those were the tickets I got. And then, like, with Melanie Martinez for the Trilogy Tour, I have to say, I think I mentioned this in my Trilogy Tour video, but I think Melanie had one of the best, like, ticketing things I've seen recently. So, for the pre-sale tickets, she sent everyone a personalized code. So that way, like, scalpers couldn't get a hold of the code. Because a lot of times, like, if it's, like, I'm trying to think, like a Lady Gaga pre-sale code might be something like lady or romance or pause, you know, something dumb. It was something related to the artist, right? Or to the album or whatever. But for Melanie's Trilogy Tour, it was just like 9x3724B, you know, it was like whatever. And it was sent to, and it was personalized to every email. That was probably one of the best, like, ticketing experiences I've had because I was able to get really good seats for, like, a pretty decent price. Like, I've paid way more for, like, way worse seats. So, you have the pre-sale code. You're locked in. Now what? First of all, create an account on Ticketmaster, AXS, all that jazz. Also, if you want to, like, if there's an artist you know you're going to want to see in the future, like, just sign up for their mailing list. I follow, like, all the people I know I'm going to want to see live, I follow online, so. And then also, like, there's websites like Bands in Town, and there's one more, I cannot remember the name of it, but it'll tell you, like, when you, like, one of your favorite artists is in town. I've noticed recently that Spotify will tell you a lot when, like, someone's touring. I think it's kind of cool, but it's also kind of annoying as fuck, because a lot of the people they recommend, I'm like, okay, I listen to, like, a song of theirs, that doesn't mean I want to go to, like, Texas to go see them live, you know what I mean? Y'all, I pulled out. This is such a vintage, like, y'all, this is my old Stizzy, featured many times on this channel. I haven't used a Stizzy in, like, literally, honestly, like, over a year, for a couple reasons, but I decided to get some pods, like, recently. And it's just been so funny, like, smoking out of these again. And honestly, after this, I probably, never, but I probably wouldn't buy any other Stizzy, like, pods for a while again, just because it's kind of a waste of money. And then these, like, I don't know, this is an old Stizzy. Honestly, the fact that this still works, though, shout out to them. Like, it's kind of, like, this thing, I bought this, I think I bought this pre-pandemic, and it's still working. Like, when I plugged it in to charge it, and the light actually came on, I don't know, it just felt like a sci-fi movie where the 1,000-year-old, like, dead robot, like, it felt like fucking Ultron being, like, turned on, like, it was fucking, anyways, it was crazy. Oh, so you got the pre-sale code, you're in Ticketmaster, you've created an account, seats are like $100. I'm going to keep it honest. I'm going to keep it real. The economy sucks right now. And I am, like, struggling financially. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video are struggling financially. And with how much I love going to concerts, I'm probably willing to pay a little bit more than the average person for concert tickets. In the past, like, I was a waitress, so I was making tips, and so I was able to splurge a little bit more on, like, concerts. Now that I'm working retail, I really can't splurge more on concerts like I was able to. And recently, like, I'm starting to have concert FOMO because I don't have any concerts, like, currently on the agenda. There's some that are, you know, I'm probably going to be going to, but I haven't actually bought the tickets yet. But some of the things that I do to buy tickets is I use Klarna, or Afterpay or whatever, something like that. You can use one of those services. I know PayPal also offers like a pay in 4 thing. I know some people don't like the idea of using like Klarna because it's like, well, if you can't afford it like outright, then you just can't afford it. But I'm sorry, knowing that I have a concert like in a few weeks or in a month, it just keeps me going. It just keeps me going. And like, my rent is paid, my bills are paid, but I know that this is a luxury that not everyone has. Like, I don't have kids, I live by myself, I don't have a car, I don't have like a lot of like financial responsibilities other than like rent and like my phone bill and shit like that. So I can, you know, acknowledge again that this is a privilege, but that's really what I've done in the past, and I feel like that's how I am able to go to a lot of concerts. It's really luck because of where I'm located, and it's also the fact that like I usually will do I'm trying to think if I have bought concert tickets like just all at once, but 9 times out of 10 I'm probably paying for it in like a pay for 4 or like, you know, PayPal, whatever. I know for the Chromatica ball, I did ask for an advance on my check when I was and looking back, I should have just done the pay for 4 thing, but I didn't even know that was an option back then. I know Ticketmaster offers like PayPal and Klarna / Afterpay. I don't know about like not every venue is obviously going to offer that. And so I've never done this, but some of the cheapest tickets you'll get is like a day or 2, if not the day of the event, because like emergencies happen, things happen, you know, life happens. So people are like, oh shit, I have to just sell my ticket. And they might sell it a little bit cheaper than they would had it not been an emergency, like the day of the show, and they're just trying to make their money back basically. So I've never done this, but I've met so many people at concerts where I'll ask them, like, I love asking people at concerts, like, how much did you pay for your ticket? Because it shows that, like, number one, we really need to, like, fight Ticketmaster. Like, we all need to gather around Ticketmaster headquarters and, like, demand, like, the truth. Because, like, it really is bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. Like, the fact that I'm, like, for Melanie Martinez, for the Portals trilogy, with the pre-sale, I got, like, nosebleed seats for, like, $90. The week before the show, the tickets were literally on sale for, like, $300, $400. And that's just scalpers, it's greed, and it's capitalism. And so, but I love asking people how much did they spend for their tickets. And a lot of times, the people that, not even a lot of times, every person who's ever spent, like, the cheapest amount on the show, it's because they bought it, like, hours before the show started. And I've always wanted to do this, but I just have, like, way too much anxiety, and I am just too much of, like, I just can't. Every time I've wanted to do it, I've just never done it. But yeah, like, I would say, you know, buying the tickets, like, at the venue, I know it's, like, not really a thing anymore, but you can also really get good deals, like, especially in certain cities. Like, if you just walk up to the door and you're like, I would like a ticket, like, a few hours before the show, you'll usually be able to get a pretty decent seat, or maybe a shitty seat, but you're not paying like fucking $100 for the shit seat, you know what I mean? And like $90 for nosebleeds, like, for me, that's not, anytime I pay less than $100 on concert tickets, for me, it's a cheap ticket. Now, if you're going to like a pop punk show or like a metal show, you can go to a lot more shows in certain genres for like way cheaper. Unfortunately, I'm just not into some of those genres. I'm trying to think, like, the cheapest tickets I've ever bought are probably for like there's this one artist I love. She's like a Canadian bedroom pop princess. Her name's Munya. I saw her back in 2018. She was actually opening for a band, and I didn't really care about the band. I just really wanted to see her. And so I I went to her show and then like left after she stopped. Because I just like really did not give a shit about like I just did not care. I don't even remember who the band was that was after her, but a lot of people were like, "You're gonna leave?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just here for her." Like, you know, like whatever. And those tickets were not expensive at all. I saw Mitski back in 2018, and I need to look for the evidence. I need to be Lady Gaga at the Capitol. Like, I need to find the receipt, because I do not remember how much I paid for Mitski back in 2018, but I do not think it was, or actually that was 2019. I do not think it was a lot of money, because at the time I was like broke, like living in government. Like when I first started my channel, I don't think I've ever said this officially, but I was actually living in government housing. My original channel setup with like the wall and everything, that house was like a boarding house for people between, like women between like 18 and 26 who are like trying to get their lives together. And so like when I first moved in there, I had roommates, and then eventually I didn't. So 2019, I was like really poor, and I was really struggling to get like hold down a job. This is such an unrelated tangent, but this is why I get really upset when people talk about like homeless people and them not wanting to go into shelters, because a lot of people don't understand, like, shelters are not like the end all be all. You know what I mean? There's oftentimes a lot of rules. And so one of the rules at my boarding house like situation was like, you're not allowed to like, you had to be home by a certain time. Do you know how impossible it is to get a job where it's like you have to be home by a certain time? Like, I struggled so hard to find jobs. And I would do a lot of gig jobs where I would have like a job for like maybe a couple months, and then I wouldn't be able to work for like a few months. And then also during that time I was like heavily anorexic, and so I actually got fired from a job for like passing out. I don't think I had a channel yet at that point, but yeah, it was a hot mess express. But anyways, I say all that to say, like, when I first started my channel, I was like really broke. And so in 2019, this was before I started my channel, like this was like early 2019. I started my channel like late 2019. I was not making a lot of money. So either my friends covered the cost of the tickets for me, which they would do that, but I feel like my pride, I would have either paid them back or not have gone, to be honest. So those tickets had to have been like a decent price in order for us to go.
So this is so random, but I actually went through my email to try to find the ticket prices. And one thing that's really irritated me about Ticketmaster is that you can't like go back and find like old events. And I Googled it, and you actually can only view it from like desktop. And so you can see your past events, but you can't see like the details of the event. So that's kind of annoying, because I've actually been working on this like spreadsheet for concerts, because I just think it would be so cool to like be organized and have all the shows I've been to like in one place. And I've actually been working on like finding how much I spent on some of these shows, just to like compare and contrast. And I think it's really fascinating. So it does seem like for Mitski, I spent about $45 on the ticket. I'm 90% sure that that is just for one ticket. What I think probably happened was me and my friends paid for our tickets like individually. Because I asked them, I was like, do y'all remember how much we spent on those tickets? Like, because we went to go see Mitski again this year for This Land is Inhospitable and So Are We. And boy, oh boy, what a difference like 5 years makes. You know, like she's totally grown since Be the Cowboy. And oh my God, trying to get tickets for that tour was a fucking mess.
My point is, like, I go to a lot of shows where the tickets are slightly more expensive, but if you like, you know, hyper pop and you want to go see hyper pop artists, the tickets are usually not that bad, like, to be honest. I saw Cupcake at a lot of club shows, lots of club shows, the tickets are usually not that bad. So you can have a great experience at a concert and not spend $100. That's my point. It's just that a lot of the shows I go to, I usually spend anywhere from like $100 to $250 depending on the ticket. The most expensive concert tickets I've ever gotten is definitely like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, I think both times I saw her. The first time for Chromatica Ball, I think I spent like $480. So about $500. Maybe less. I spent $4 something. But I was sitting like on the fucking baseball field. So I have no regrets for that. It was my first time seeing her. Like, I have no regrets. And then when I saw her in Vegas, those tickets were so expensive. And honestly, like, I probably could have gotten better seats and cheaper tickets had I just bought them like in Vegas. But I really, y'all, if I had gotten to Vegas and like not been able to see Lady Gaga, I would have like melted into the ground. Like, that would not have been a good day. So I'm glad I bought the tickets like when I did, but those tickets were really expensive and I definitely overpaid for those tickets. I've overpaid for concert tickets straight up, but a lot of the times it's like out of desperation and fear that I'm gonna like miss out. But the truth is, if you do not have anxiety and if you can just like have a poker face and like tell your anxiety and like your heart to calm down, like, I've met people that have paid like literally half what I paid just because they waited like 2 hours before the show to buy their tickets. So I just haven't done that because it is a risk and there's a chance you won't get in. Like, when I went to the Chromatica Ball premiere and I was like watching them let people in and it was starting to get like later and later and colder and the sun was like straight up setting, and I started to dawn on me that I actually might not get in. Like, just that feeling, I just can't go through that again. Like, so I've just never been able to, like, wait until the day of to buy a ticket. But I want to do it one day. I just want to experience the rush. I feel the rush. I want to experience the rush. Like, I felt a rush for the Chromatica Ball premiere. That was a rush. Like, but, you know, it also made me feel old as hell because I was just like, my heart can't take this. Like don't scare granddad. He can't take it. Like, that's how I felt. I was just like, this is too much for me. But it was fun and it was just, I'm so glad I did it. So that's how I get really cheap concert tickets. Those are my tips and tricks. Like, too long, don't read. Sign up for the pre-sale. Sign up for their email list. Buy tickets during pre-sale or the day of or the week leading up to the concert. If you don't succeed the first time, try again. I cannot tell you. There have been so many tickets where I thought I wasn't going to be able to go, but I was able to go. I'm trying to think what else. Klarna, paying for, PayPal and for, that type of shit that'll help you save. And then, like, you know, maybe you don't get to be front row for certain shows. Maybe you get to be in the back, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Just go have fun. Like, the experience of being in the room and in a room with, like, fans, it's honestly, like, I really do get a rush and a high from, like, going to concerts. Like, just, I love everything about it. Like, picking out an outfit, just, you know, listening to the album obsessively, like, going into their discography, meeting new people. I love going to concerts by myself. I go to concerts by myself, like, all the time. I probably go to more shows by myself than I do with someone, to be honest. I think this year, most of the shows I've gone to have been with someone, though. I think I've only gone to 2 shows by myself this year so far. But yeah, so going to shows by yourself is, like, so much fun. So now I'm going to sort of switch over to, like, it's my first show. I have a ticket and I don't know what the fuck to do. First of all, breathe. Second of all, actually, let me walk it back to what I was just saying. If you want to go to a show and you don't have any friends that want to go see the person you want to see, go to the fucking show. I don't know. I love being by myself. I love spending time by myself. So I'm not someone that's ever been, like, embarrassed about eating alone at a table in the middle of a restaurant. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm treating myself. I'm eating. Like, I don't care about being in the middle of the restaurant by myself. Like, it doesn't really bother me. But I know that not everyone is there So I know that it can seem really scary to go to concerts by yourself, like, especially if you're a woman. Like, I totally understand that. But all I would say is, if you're going to go to a show by yourself, make sure your phone is charged. Make sure your friends and family know where you are. You can send them your location. Make sure they know, like, where the show is. Text them when you get home. Make sure you have a portable battery on you. That's sort of leading into my next thing I was going to go into. But I would say go to the show by yourself. Like, I always see that on Reddit where it's like, should I go to the show by myself? I want to, but I'm scared. I don't have anyone to go with. Just go. Just go. Life is way too fucking short to miss out on something because you had no one to go with. Like, I just cannot relate to that rhetoric. I'm sorry. I think, and a lot of times I go out by myself and I end up meeting, like Sarah, the person I went to Brat with, I met, oh my God, my string lights, actually, I thought I was having a stroke. Does it look like that? Does it look bad? I thought it was on a different setting. I didn't know it was, like, dancing around like that. Well, I've already been filming for 30 minutes, so I apologize about the lights in the back. I apologize for everything. It is what it is. So, yeah, go to the show by yourself. Okay, next topic. You have the ticket. You're going to the show. What now? So, first of all, pick out an outfit. You don't need to buy anything new. Go to your closet. Honestly, I love, dressing up and finding an outfit related to the theme, but you don't have to do that. Like, when I went to go see Beyonce Renaissance, I had spent so much on that ticket that I was also about to leave for Vegas, so I was about to spend even more money. So I didn't wear silver to the Renaissance tour. Listen, I'm sorry, Beyonce, but, I'm a Virgo, so I felt like I had a pass. It was a last minute thing. It is what it is. I did not wear silver. I was like, Mama, I'm going to wear my Chromatica Ball film shirt and some sweatpants, because I literally was working a waitressing shift. My friend came to pick me up, and I just walked into SoFi Stadium. Like, that is straight up what happened. Like, I did not give a fuck. So you don't need to go all out. It's fun. But if you already spent money on the ticket. Like, baby, you don't need to do all that. But I love picking out a fun outfit for the show. It's just, like, so much fun. I love seeing, like, what people are going to wear online and, like, different, like, outfit ideas. It's just all a part of the fun for me. And then what to bring for a show. So most venues in America, because of rampant gun culture and because of mass shootings here, we have, like, a clear bag. Most venues, I would say, have a clear bag policy. And what that means is you literally have to have a clear bag. I'm like, wait, where's my clear bag? I literally have a clear bag. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm not wearing pants, so I don't want to flash the camera. I'm like, let me just... Oh! Okay, so, like, this is a clear bag example. So it's literally just, like, a vinyl bag. And a lot of venues, like, I see people sometimes where, like, you see the black part on the bag, it'll be, like, a different color. Some venues don't even allow that. Recently, I went to the Honda Center for the Melanie Trilogy Tour, and I don't even think this would have been allowed inside. I think this would have been considered, like, too big of a bag. Holy crap, I didn't know my inhaler was in here. That's so bad. I haven't had my inhaler in my bag for, like, the past... my asthma is pretty manageable, even though I smoke, like, every day. It's kind of funny. But I don't really get, like, asthma attacks like that. But just the fact that I didn't have my inhaler on me like that actually just scared me. Like, that's really bad. Is there gum in here still? Dang! Oh, no, there isn't. Okay, never mind. So, get yourself, like, a little clear bag. I have this one. And then I also have, like, a mini backpack. I prefer the mini backpack just because this is so annoying to, like, hold all night, to be honest. But I do get... Oh, hold on. Let me grab my mini backpack to show y'all. So, I'm not even kidding. I think this is literally from... This is actually still from when I went to New Mexico. But, yeah. So I have a clear backpack... And then I have this bag. And so these are my concert bags that I just, like, pretty much always use. And some venues, like, won't even allow this in because it's too big. I have an inhaler, so my bags are considered medical bags. So I learned recently that most venues actually have to let me in, but I don't drive, and because I go to a lot of shows, like when you're standing at the door and they're like, no, you can't bring that in. I'm not about to fight it. And that's why I do my research before I go to shows. Like, I always go on the venue's website. I always read the rules. I will say, like, a lot of times you'll go on the venue's website and it'll say, like, no smoking, like, absolutely no bags bigger than this size. And then you show up and everyone's fucking smoking. There's, like, an actual designated smoking section. And then on top of that, like, everyone has bags the size of, like, Wonka's ass. Like, it's crazy. But just to be cautious, I just always go by the venue's website. I've never had an issue. Ooh, that was so weird. I've never had an issue with anyone questioning the size of my bag until I went to the Melanie Martinez trilogy tour at the Kia Forum. Those bitches were doing the absolute fucking most, and they were, like, looking at my bag, and I was like, bitch, there's people literally inside with, like, clear tote bags, and you're looking at my backpack. Like, relax, this is not the fucking White House. They let me in, but I was just like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you are doing the most right now. So get a clear bag. I started wearing earplugs at concerts, like, last year, because I go to so many shows. It's just important to keep your ears covered, y'all. Like, the music can be so loud. The bass can be so loud. The screaming, everything. So just get you some earplugs. They're pretty cheap. Like, you can buy a pack of 10 or you can buy, like, a bunch of them for, like, less than $10. I got mine at CVS, like, in LA one night, and I've had them for, like, since last year. So earplugs, like, portable charger. I always have a portable charger. I always have, like, an extra cord and, like, you know, plug in just in case, you never know. Any sort of medication you might need, like, you know, like inhaler, shit like that. I like to bring a mask. I like to bring hand sanitizer. Most venues don't allow you to bring food in, but I always try to sneak in food. I'm not even gonna lie. I always try to sneak in, like, an apple or, like, nuts or something, just because I am vegan, and so a lot of concert venues don't even have, like, really a good option for me. Actually, the Honda Center was the first venue I've been to that had, like, not even just one vegan option, but, like, multiple vegan options at different restaurants. And it was kind of shocking because I've been to so many shows, like, in LA, and a lot of places, like, the most options they have is, like, chips and alcohol, and, like, that's actually, I can't think of any other venue I've been to that had a vegan menu, maybe, or a vegan option, like an adequate food, you know, not like a chip, but like a burger or like a vegan hot dog or something. Like, maybe there have been options and I just didn't notice because I just, like, never eat at shows, but, like, it really blew me away that the Honda Center had options. But I've been to, like, so many shows in LA, and most of them, like, have never had anything. Anyways, so try to pack a snack, but most venues won't let you bring it in, so you'll have to finish it before you go inside. I always bring a bottle of water. Like most venues most venues have to let you in if you have, like, a sealed bottled water. Like, this, most venues cannot tell you, like, most venues will allow you to bring this in. I always bring this in, you know, even if you're, like, completely sober and you're not drinking, you're not smoking, you're not doing anything, like, you're screaming and singing along and you're laughing and you're talking, bring some fucking water, bitch. And the venue is going to charge you, like, $10,000 just to even glance at a water bottle, okay? So just bring some water. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing. Oh, most venues don't accept cash anymore, so bring, like, you know, your cards and shit like that, which you should always, I don't know who leaves the house without their cards, but just saying. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that, like, I feel like you have to bring. That's all I can think of. Comment down below if I missed something, if there's any other, like, must-haves. But I always try to grab, like, chapsticks, you know, just little light stuff. And then that's it. That's all I bring usually to the shows. Like my wallet, my weed, my like IDs and shit. Oh yeah, always bring your ID to a venue. Like always, always, always. That's like something you should always have on you as well. And then what else do you need in preparation of a concert? Oh, if you are driving, try to buy like the parking pass while, like, I guess this goes back to like buying tickets, but some venues actually sell parking passes, or try to look up like where to park nearby. This might not be an issue where you live, but because I go to a lot of shows in LA, like the parking situation is always ass. And so I've learned over the years, if I'm going with a friend who has a car, I just try to buy the parking pass for them, like before the show. And because like I don't drive, I always try to pitch in towards the parking pass, because I just think that's like the nice thing to do. Honestly, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. I'm gonna edit this and be like, bitch, you fucking forgot to mention this, you forgot to mention that. Oh, in terms of merch at shows, I'm really not a merch person. I've learned over the years. I would say the Chromatica Ball merch has been some of the best quality merch I've gotten. I got a bandana from Demi Lovato's Holy Fuck tour that I absolutely love. But I feel like merch is, like, you already spent money on the ticket. It's really about the experience. Unless something is just so cute that you absolutely need it. I feel like a lot of times, if I really want something from that artist, I'll just buy it from their website or something else. But I've learned over the years that most merch is just such shitty quality for the price you're paying. It's just really not worth it. And you know what? If you want to buy that bootleg merch that hardworking citizen is selling outside of the venue, I say go for it. Some of the bootleg merch at the Trilogy tour was actually really cute. That was probably some of the cutest bootleg merch I've ever seen. Some of the Renaissance tour bootleg merch I saw was okay, but I used to be like really against buying bootleg merch. I think it depends on the artist. If it's someone like Lady Gaga or Beyonce or Melody Martinez, like someone that's ranking in like millions of Spotify listeners a year and has like millions of followers on Instagram, like I don't really feel bad. But if it's like you know, a band that is like, you know, I think that's wrong. I think you should buy merch from that band. But if you can't afford it and you want the $5 t-shirt outside, you know, it's kind of like tomatoes. You already supporting the band by like going to the show, I guess. But if you do want to buy merch, in my opinion, it's better to buy merch before the show. Trying to buy merch after the show is a lot of times hell. Or like, for me, I'm someone that likes to stay until the very last song usually. But if I know I don't really care for the last two songs, like, my ride home after a show from LA is usually anywhere from like a 30-minute to an hour and a half type of situation. So I prefer to like, you know, scooch on out of there early. And then that's also when you can go line up to buy merch. But I feel like it's just better to try to buy merch in the beginning of the show. So I think that pretty much covers everything. I think I've hit every bullet point that I have. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me down below. I really want to make more like concert content. I really have a lot of ideas for like short form concert content that I really want to start filming. I don't want to give away any of my ideas, but I think that could be fun. So like I said, I love going to concerts, and this is something that I have talked about a little bit on my channel, just not a lot. And the past like 2 years, I've really gotten to go to a lot more shows, and I've gotten really blessed with some of the people that I've been able to see and some of the shows I've been able to go to. And if I can pass along that knowledge to someone else, I would love to do so. Also, y'all, pay attention to what's happening right now with Ticketmaster. The U.S. like government is literally looking into them as a business, because if the U.S. government thinks you're a shady business, like, mama, you are shady, like, as fuck. Like, if the U.S. government is giving you the side eye, and is like, mama, like, what is going on here? Yeah, you got problems. You know what I mean? Like, you got mail, bitch. So I know right now the U.S. government is really trying to, like, get down on Ticketmaster's ass because they really are running a monopoly, and it's insane. So hopefully we'll see what happened in the EU. We'll see that here in the U.S. where concert prices are, you know, brought down. I know a lot of people were, like, dragging Megan Thee Stallion for having, like, lower price tickets, and it's like, okay, so do you want to spend, like, $200 on tickets, or do you want, like, cheaper tickets? Because it seems like y'all are making fun of her, even though she's, like, literally doing a good job of, like, providing an accessible way to come see her to her fans. So it sounds like y'all are a bunch of crusty haters. But anyways, so comment down below what your next concert is. Let me know if this video was helpful, or if you were like, bitch, this was completely dumb. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have a great rest of your day. Bye.